This is the unscripted adventures of the world-renowned dog adventurer Wolf Driver, traveling the USA to adventure with his dogs at some of the most remote, rugged, and off-the-chart areas on some of the most sophisticated and state-of-the-art electric off-road vehicles customized for Wolf Driver's intense working breed huskies, so they can unleash their energy and purge their power in ways most can't even imagine at areas few have any idea even existed. If you're ready to witness some of the most extreme adventures and some of the happiest huskies, then you've got to check this out.
Good day, everybody. Wolf Driver coming at you. You're looking down my driveway. I'm getting ready to roll out. If I can get the volume down on this thing. Sorry about that. Getting ready to roll out. Another dog adventure. I know it's backwards, but it is 12:01. That's PM. And that is January 10th. 2021. So not sure where we're going down south towards Virginia or in Virginia, West Virginia, that kind of thing. We're based out of Maryland again, and I'm sure it'll be hours before we get there. So enjoy the ride. Well, welcome everybody. You're with the Wolf Driver right now, setting up some cameras. And we're going to get the show going here any minute, folks. This is what we do before we head out. You might have seen me on other adventures doing this. I have to make sure everything's rolling. Boys are playing with some new toys we got. Rhett?
What's his name?
I am with the ghost stuff now. Video. Oh, Max. I gotta do this here.
What's his name? What? Did you see Courtney? I was going to say that. There's no way. They're going to say that by accident.
Shut down. Now.
Sorry. Sounds like you're trying to say asshole.
He said sorry?
Hello.
Sorry, folks. Okay. Okay, I think I'm ready, Scott. All cameras are on. That's on, that's on. He's got his. You can hear the dogs in the background, folks. They're saying, let's get the party going here. So what you're hearing is one of our ghost devices going off as Crispy gets it working. Gonna do some ghost hunting out here. Okay, folks, I gotta apologize for getting this going, but this is how we do it. Here we go. Reset. Just start this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Tissues. Phone. Satellite communicator. Are you ready, bud?
Yeah, let's do it.
We got lights. My light's on there. Crispy's on there. Okay.
Hello.
So right now, whoa, Chris is trying to freak us out with the ghost stuff. Stay, guys. Okay, so right now I've got a low-powered light on so I don't shine in the dog's eyes. When we get on the trail, I'll put the high power on, and I avoid them directly, not this close. Are you ready,
Yeah.
Scott? It's all right, easy. Okay, good boy. Come on, hook up. Hook up, guys. Okay. So we're hooking the dogs up right now, getting ready for a run, and it's just awesome. If I can get it right. Come on, Jason. Taking care of me here, so. You want to do Jag? Or you want me to? You can do. So, some smells over there. And sometimes you have to watch where you set up because there could be debris. Also, it could be just natural. They're smelling other animals. So, just don't want them to get too close sometimes, proximity, especially when they're excited, we're ready to go, because that close proximity can cause them to be a little pushy with each other. Good deal. Got him, good. Excellent. Steps are down a little. What happens is, because these roads are pretty rugged and dusty, good girl, sometimes the steps will not retreat fully or come out fully, so we got to keep them loose. And sometimes on the fly, come on, good girl, come on, good girl, good girl. Well, it's like, what are we doing, Dad?
You already know.
Oh, where's my walkie?
I should have hung it.
No, yep, it's right there.
Weird, yeah.
Okay, Crispy, you ready? Radio check, radio check. Can you hear me, Chris? I don't think he's hearing me.
In the front seat.
Hey, you're not hearing me? Respond so I know what it sounds like. I can't hear you. Huh?
Call me again.
Testing, testing. I can't hear you now. Chase. That's okay. We'll work it out later. Just, well, you won't know how to tell us.
I can hear you.
What's that?
I said, I hear you.
Testing, testing. Yeah. You want to give him your walkie?
Did you put yours back or you still got your hands up in there?
Okay, you can hear Chase. He wants to go. I can't move until Scott goes, obviously.
Yeah, I got one for him, right.
It's right on your handlebar.
Yes. I got one in my pocket already. Pretty sure, because he had it on scanning, it might not have been broadcast.
Test, 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 test.
Just throw this on.
Yeah. I got feedback there. I couldn't hear you. Stay.
I said, I'm going to be right behind you.
10-4, just for turns and everything. Cars coming, whatever. Here we go. Okay, we ready? Okay, guys, finally, the time has come. Oh, I can feel her pulling. Come on, Jag. Come on, guys. Oh, let me put my big light on. After all that, I forgot my big light. It's a little bright on down. Good, and we're off, folks. Got extra light now. So
5 minutes completed. You've covered 0.02 miles. Your
who's going
current
far?
speed is 3.8 miles per hour.
So right now we're on some got a bathroom break here for Chase, man. Good boy, Chase. Good boy, Chase. Long truck ride, and the boys Empty it out, and the girl. Good boy. Come on, Chase, hike. Now it's tricky starting out sometimes when they do that because, is that good?
That's a minor failure. It started leaning forward, so I'm tightening it down real good.
Oh, that's all you need to tighten it. Yeah.
Does that angle look?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's all you need. Everything should be secure.
Oh yeah, it felt real stable. It just...
Cool. So, bathroom for Zorro. So we try, if you watched just before, basically just real quick, I like to do a quick introduction. I'm Wolf Driver. I run a pack of Huskies, and good boy Zorro. Actually, the one on the left, I just called Zorro, went to the bathroom. He's got some Malamute in him too. They're all woolly coats, which means they're long-haired, double-coated dogs. And I run a pack of them. I've been doing this for 25 years, not with this sophisticated equipment, but you notice I used to run them out in front, more traditional mushing style. Now I run them on the side because it gives me more flexibility. Bathroom for Lola. Wow, a lot of bathroom breaks, all good. Gives me more flexibility and where I can take the dogs because I have better control of them. And also, good boys. They don't need to be as physically fit to run like this. They can be older, they can be young, they can be a different breed. I've run my Chinese Crested. When I had a 7-pound one, she since crossed Rainbow Bridge. So now I have a little bigger one. She's 14 pounds and she runs on my bike designs. So it is on the side and they are harnessed. So it looks like they're running from their collar, but it's actually running from a walking or tracking harness. They're not asserting as much pull as would require any other kind of harness. This works perfectly for them. I've used all kinds in the past, from polka harness to X-back harnesses to weight pulling harnesses to all kinds of harnesses. So this is how we do it, and it's perfectly safe for the dogs. Again, 25 years plus now with I'm gonna knock on wood when I say this, no injuries, and thousands upon thousands of miles. I've traveled probably 150,000 miles or better to adventure with the dogs. We go all over the East Coast. We look for adventures. We go to places we try to that we've never been before. And with the latest inventions of working on lithium batteries, there's been all kinds of new bikes to come out, such as what I'm riding now is a scooter. It's a 4-wheel scooter designed for the Israeli military. You go on my website and check it out. Again, I am the Wolf Driver. So Chase is picking up on a scent up there. I've got pretty good lighting tonight, so I'm gonna see if something's up there. Well, I'm gonna see if something's not hiding, if I can find some eyes. Our part of the country, we're based out of Maryland. We're in Virginia tonight. Again, adventuring. We could see anywhere from coyotes to foxes to porcupines to small animals, raccoons, possums, and mountain cats, anything in between. Bear, but this time of year bear are hibernating, and so you're less likely to see something like that. But it's been relatively warm. Nights are nights cool off. I shouldn't say very cool. Running right now in 30-some degrees. So for us, it's cool. For the dogs, you know, you got to get below 0 to even start to talk about the word cold. But that doesn't faze them at all. No amount of cold we could get here could faze them. So cold energy will motivate them and will also enable them to go further distances and higher speeds, etc., because they're not spending their energy cooling themselves down. We do this year-round, so we do it shorter. We do it at night also in the summer. Usually we're out here during the day, but because we're venturing further and further, by the time we get to where we're going...
Covered 0.4 miles. Your current speed is 4.3 miles per hour.
By the time we get to where we're going... Bathroom break, Jag. By the time we get to where we're going, it's dark, so that's why we're out here at night. And with the addition of Scott, who's ahead of me on the other scooter, good boy, Jag. Good boy, Jaggy. Gonna let him do his stuff. Okay. You're a good boy, Jack. Empty's always good. Okay, I think we got it. Good boy. So, because we travel further, it's, you know, daylight savings time, and it's just darker earlier naturally where we're at geographically, so it's dark at times when we start. But with the addition of Scott coming on my crew, you go back to my other videos, I call whoever is traveling with me on the trail, assisting me on the trail, my co-pilot, and I call who's ever driving the truck, usually Chris P, is my wingman. Now we've had variations. We've had Dave first started out on when I started doing these tours, going to places all over the East Coast, not just is that snow? Huh. Looks like maybe snow. Laying on the ground just because we're at higher elevations. So see, we're at 1600. We're not very high, but certainly higher than sea level. We're 1683 feet above sea level. So Dave started with me in 2010. He was one of my first co-pilots in doing this Wolf Driver, what I call Wolf Driver on tour, where we travel to these locations and run the dogs on all different kinds of, usually, almost always, electric powered vehicles. Electric power, again, also that gives me the opportunity to not worry about the dog's fitness, their age, etc. So I can, basically my dogs are always fit. Another bathroom break for Zorro. I can always, my dogs are always in shape because we're always doing something, but as they get older, that's where it's most important. Good boy, Zorro. Empty's always good. Come on, good boy. That's where it's most important because it's harder for them to pull as they get older. And again, on this vehicle, they don't have to pull. So it's really, it's cool stuff. And I've run dogs 15 years old on here. Princess, Czar, my first Czar. This is Zorro. So been doing this for generations of Huskies. Always great. So what's so enchanting and exciting to me is, first of all, being able to put a activity together that the dogs and myself can do, that they'll enjoy doing, that we'll enjoy doing.
21-1.
Yes, I hear you on that. Hear you on that. So we're just you hear us a little bit with the walkies. You might have heard us in the beginning. They're walkie-talkies. They're really high-end communication radio, and we pay for licensing so we can use other, as I understand it, repeaters and other people's systems you kind of piggyback on, so we get furthest range. Because sometimes my wingman, the guy following us in the truck, we could get separated. We come to a place where he can't go and we can go only, and depending on what it looks like, sometimes we'll do that. So we have different ways of communicating. In addition, when he's following us, he can give us directions, and we can tell him if there's an oncoming vehicle, or he can tell us if there's a vehicle coming from behind. So there's a lot of logistics to this, and it's kind of evolved into a labor of love, because it's work, you know. But again, what is so cool is, and it happened when I got my first Husky. I didn't know how to handle. I got a Husky because I love the breed, because my sister's my sister's husband at the time, which my brother-in-law, sister is older than me, everybody's older than me, my whole family, I'm the baby. She got married when she was about 20 years old, I believe, maybe even 19. And her husband had a Husky. Now, it was their family, so I would get to see it when I would go over to his parents, because my sister and him didn't take a Husky to their new home.
Minutes completed. You've covered 0.76 miles. Your current speed is 5.4 miles per hour.
So what happened is I fell in love. His name was Nanook, and he was just so cool. I love Huskies. So that was my easy guys, hitting some potholes. That's why I'm slowing up. and moving the dogs over to the left or right. I'll say haul or G, hauls to the left, G's to the right. So I absolutely love this husky. He was bigger than me, I guess. So she was 19, and she's like, I think I was 10 or 11. She's like 9 or 10 years older than me, something like that. And I just fell in love with this husky again. He was bigger than me. So we're going uphill, just to let you know, folks. Just a small grade here, but this is what really works with dogs. Remember, they're tethered to the vehicle, but they have, you know, probably 2 foot of play between the device that they're tethered to and their actual tether itself. So if they want to line out, they want to pull the line all the way out, they can do that. They can drop back if they're tired, and I can see that, and I will stop them. They got to go to the bathroom. They get a little bit of play there too. Sled dogs will typically go to the bathroom as they're rolling. I have one dog that does it. The rest just stop. So that's the way it goes. But it's all good. I mean, you know, on this kind of setup, we can stop at any given time. It's not like we're running a 21 dog team and you know, you got to stop the whole team, because that's pretty hard to do. You can't do that for every bathroom break, and that's why they learn to go to the bathroom as they run. So in any case, back to the lecture at hand. I fell in love with Nanook, and I'm like, I want a husky. I can't wait till I have my own place. And my parents, they were not into all the animals. They raised 5 kids, and they're just like, we don't want to take care of anything else. And I was fortunate enough to have a cat I was able to get, but I love my cat. I love animals, and I was able to get fish and snakes and everything in between, and the reptiles, turtles, this, that, and the other. The cat was my pal, but the cat was not a dog. I really wanted a dog, and the cat certainly wasn't a husky. Good boys. Oh, a little bumpy here. Getting a little rugged. Now these are pretty rugged conditions. If you saw us on our last trip, it was very rugged. So when I wasn't in a position to get a dog until I moved to my first house. Now I lived in a condominium, lived in an apartment, lived in lots of places, but when I bought a house with my now wife, back in 94, I believe it was, maybe 95, I said, you know what, I've got a yard, I've got a house, I don't have to worry about intruding on anybody else, on my parents. I can get a husky. And lo and behold, I got my first husky. Now, I'm really into unusual, out of the box thinking, as you probably got the picture of. And I said, I found out they were all white huskies. And I said, how striking is an all white husky with blue eyes? Oh my God. I had never even seen one. And back then there was really no internet. You could go look. You had a couple magazines, Dog Fancy maybe. So I set out to find an all white husky with blue eyes. And I found one. And his name, I named him Czar, C-Z-A-R, Bear. B-E-A-R, Czar Bear. So I got Czar Bear right when he was 8 weeks old. He was just old enough to fly on an airplane because he came from Arkansas. And I'll never forget picking him up at the airport. I was, 95? I was born in 67, 77, 87, 97, so I was 28 years old. And I'm like, oh my God, this cute little cotton ball with blue eyes was amazing. And we loved him. My wife, myself, my stepdaughter, we were just like, oh my God, is he cute. Knew nothing about dogs. Of course I knew about animals. At that point I'd had my own pet store. She over. Big pothole just showed up on me. Good boys. And so, I mean, you know, it wasn't like I didn't know what animals need or do, but I certainly didn't know about dogs. And like I said, there was really no internet then, so I had to read. I had to consult with a veterinarian.
0.12 miles. Your current speed is 0 miles per hour.
Is that light helping you?
What, on yours?
Yeah, facing me. That light.
It's definitely providing sunlight, but it actually looks like the jig flipped again.
What's that?
Flipped again. Give me a second.
Sure. Did it slip again?
It's pointing up in the sky now.
Okay, let's get a screwdriver, because you tighten that down one time, it'll never do it again. Just ask Chris for it, yeah. So, I got this little pumpkin named Zar there. Not Zorro, that's Zorro. The dark dog to my left that's got Malamute in him. Zar Bear going back to 95 when I got him. And he was a handful. As a puppy, he was cool as can be. I mean, puppies are all cool, lovable, everything. But as he got a little more mature, he's like, hey, I need to do something. So, I mean, he was still in his puppy stage. He was chewing stuff uncontrollably. My wall, digging holes in the yard, doing all kinds of puppy dog stuff, but also stuff that as they get older and they continue to do, meaning they need something else to occupy their time. They need to be tired out or some other healthy activities that'll help discourage that behavior. So I am haul over. Ooh, mega pet. Easy chase. Good boy. Jason picking up a scent. We were coming to a big puddle. Big pothole. Whoa. So don't mind Scott if he goes off the side of the mountain. To my left, we're on a cliff. Okay, to my right, it's a hillside coming down. We're kind of wedged. That's the way a lot of these trails are. They're climbing mountains, which we're doing now, up to 1,900 feet, 8.5% grade, which is a pretty decent grade if you're not familiar with that. So Zar started flexing his muscle, and he was becoming a more mature dog, and he was getting a little bit in trouble. And I said, I gotta do something for him. And you know, I'm 28 years old. I'm fairly physical, but the stuff I was doing with him, walking him and trying to run a little bit with him, it wasn't quite cutting it. I'm no marathon runner, though I have run long distances, short runs. But at that time, I was doing some training. But he was like, "Are you kidding me? This is how you're going to exercise me? I need some real work, Dad." So I'm in the pet business. I think I see a can. Sometimes eyes look reflective, but to my right, that's just a can. I'm just making sure we don't have a small animal that might dart out at us, or just, you know, be like a deer in the headlights caught there. And I have to give a second to get out of our way. Really bumpy here.
0.33 miles.
Really bumpy
Your
here.
current speed is 4
Easy, guys.
miles per hour.
So I'm in the pet business, and we again, I think outside of the box. I had my pet store at one point. I knew products people were asking for, and mostly focused on aquatic, reptile, small animal, and bird. I put some products together. I invented, actually, and instead of having them built in China, I was able to locally source stuff and just repurpose it. And people didn't know all you could do with aquariums and with habitats for lizards. And I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, I was a pioneer in a lot of ways. Companies like ZooMed and everything wound up copying our products. And so I'm still around today under the name of Petscape Pet Products, but it's just a hobby business for someone that's worked for me for many years, and my wife at this point. And but in any case, we used to do pet trade shows, and at the bathroom break for Zorro. I thought he didn't know. He's picking up on a scent. You faked me, Zorro. So at the pet trade show, a pet trade show is basically just an industry show where people display products, new products, whatever, and they actually take orders there from retail locations, retail stores. And back then, going in the 90s, there were a lot more small stores. There weren't these big box stores. There might have been Petco or PetSmart, but they certainly didn't have the footprint they have today. And we were a lot into the independent dealer. We flirted with the idea. We sold at some big stores, but big distributors, but we were really into the independent dealer. That's where our bread and butter came from, and we tried to keep them going as best we could. But I found a product called the Springer. And I'm like, because I always looked around, because that's where all the new innovations are going to be, all the new products. And I'm like, what's this? And they explained to me, and I watched a video. It's how you run a dog safely on a bike. And all of a sudden this light bulb went off in my eye. I'm like, whoa, in my head. The light bulb was just going crazy. I could run Zarbear, and instead of me trying to jog 3, 4, 5 miles and keep up some kind of pace, I could run him by pedaling. How much easier is that than actually running? And because it's less evasive for me, easier to do, I would probably be able to do it more often. So that was my highlight of the century, possibly one of them. So I get this little Springer product, and it really feels well made. It's heavy, and it's, you know, I would never hold a leash and drive a dog on a bike. And let the dog run with the bike. It's just, you can't do that. There's just no safety features with that, and it can be catastrophic very quickly. So the Springer, mounted it to my bike. I couldn't wait to get home from the pet trade show. I think that was in Atlantic City. There were pet trade shows in California, Chicago, Atlantic City, some of the bigger cities. So I get home, I put this thing on my bike, mount it properly, and I get Zarbear out there. And we went just a mile, but I was able to tear it up. With him, of course. I wasn't going out faster than he could run, but I was letting him air it out and get some running in. I'm like, oh my God, the dog is doing great. I couldn't believe how quick he was and what kind of pace he could do. And we did a mile. I said, you know what, let me just take my time with it, run a mile, and take him back home. I just did it in my neighborhood, and make sure he looks good still, his pads, paws, make sure I got him hooked up properly, you know, make sure everything went well. And I couldn't believe it. He got off the bike and he was just like content. He was calm. And I'm like, what is up? My wife says, oh my God, what'd you do to Czar? He came upstairs and he just lay down and went to sleep. That's the expression, a good dog is a tired dog. So, Czar, we were in love. We got an activity he could do that I could easily accommodate him with and get him his exercise. And he would be healthy for it, psychologically and physically. So that's the explanation. And then I added to the team. The team was only Czar and me, and another husky. I said, this is pretty easy. I can see how you could build a team. And I got another husky. I got another male. It was probably not a great idea.
30 minutes completed. You've covered 1.68 miles.
But I didn't.
Current speed is
G over.
4.3
G over.
miles per hour.
Notice how when I say G over, Chase loves, because he knows that Czar loves. They all know that Dad's going to do a move here, and they know what G and Hall and all the different sled dog commands mean, so they're ready for it. So when I added Hudson again, I got him as a puppy too. Now I got him more locally. I was able to ride to the location. That camera stand put?
Yes.
Great. I was able to ride to the location to pick him up, which was in Pennsylvania. I forget the town. Gosh, it's like yesterday. And Hudson was another all-white husky, but he had brown eyes, so he looked a little more, I almost want to say a wolf-like. But he had a small stature. He was not, Czar was very regal and big for a husky. And he just broad-chested. He just commanded attention when he walked in a room. And he was alpha all the way. And I had no idea what alpha meant. And I had no idea, good boys, had no idea what any of these dog hierarchies and pack-like behavior. I didn't know anything about it. And probably a lot of you listening might not know about it either, but you can certainly find out more on my website and my books, and also by sometimes dropping me a line, Facebook, email, whatever. But I get Hudson, and I'm like, oh my God, we got another little cute fur ball. And Zorro at that time was Zarbear was probably 1 year old. So I thought it was cool to bring one in. I probably should have gotten a female, but I'm not sorry I got Hudson. I just had to learn the hard way that Czar didn't want to accept him really easily. I thought Czar would love it. I thought dogs love each other. It's going to be so much fun. Well, yeah, a puppy in his territory, and he's just 1 year old, so he kind of sees it as a threat. And That's all we needed to know. We had some fighting. We had some food, resource guarding, food guarding, whatever you want to call it. And we had some issues. But that's where I had to put my student cap on and learn, try to find. Back then, again, the internet wasn't too prevalent. Had to learn from different trainers, and even my veterinarian, how I can control this aggressive attitude of my first dog towards my second dog. And it was a work in progress, but it happened. And I feel like I've been trained now professionally by a master Schütz's German Protector, master Schützen trainer, world class, world renowned. They train military dogs, police dogs, etc. But also behavioral issues in household dogs, and working breeds like the Shepherd, Rottweilers that do the Schützen. And he didn't have any real experience with Huskies, but hope that's not us. Oh no, we're going past that, aren't we? Yeah, cool. I saw a road closed. I thought it was us. And I'm like, oh boy. So, you know, he's trained Huskies, but we pushed it the envelope. We were then decided, once we got behavioral training under control, and now I'm kind of certified by him, but I don't train other people's dogs. I just train mine to do the activities we do and to be off leash, because some of the stuff we do, they need off leash etiquette and how to act off leash when we free range, for instance. But if you have Huskies, I don't advise you to take them off leash unless you go through, understand training, and you use e-collars and everything like that. So not that they can't be trusted off leash. They need to be properly trained to be trusted, much more than any other breed. No food motivation, no amount of praise is going to work when there's another animal that they want to sniff, or another place they want to be instead of with you. It might work in your backyard, but it's not going to work out in the real world scenarios, and that's why when we use e-collars, they learn to respect that no matter what the scenario. And e-collars are also used to keep the guys sometimes from having a spat. Have plenty of spats.
35 minutes completed. You've covered 2.05 miles. Your current speed is 3.7 miles per hour.
I stopped talking so you can hear the app, read the stats. 2 miles, 3.5 miles per hour average pace, and we're rocking and rolling. We got 2.05 miles, and we're on a 5.7% grade of a hill. So there's plenty of reasons, and I could go into them, but I won't lecture on that right now. I won't bring that up, but it's really giving my dog freedom. It's kind of like an invisible fence. So that's a little bit of what I do in a nutshell. That's a little bit of my story. Now, there's a lot of miles in between those 25 years. A lot of miles with Czar, Bear, and Hudson Hawker, and Princess, who's another generation ago dog, Husky, another love of my life. All these dogs are loves of my life. And in between there, we've had Chinese Cresteds and all kinds of fun-loving, adoring animals. So, bringing you back to where we're at now. What we do is, we used to run trails that were designed for bikes. Trails, again, all over the East Coast, from the C&O Canal Trail, if you're familiar with any of these, Great Allegheny Passage, to the Henry Hudson Trail in New Jersey, the Lehigh Valley Gorge, which is the D&L, Delaware and Lehigh Trail. I mean, I can name hundreds of trails we've been on. And they're great for bike riding activities with the dogs. But you have to be riding a bike or something that is built with bike parts. So I have recumbent bikes that are trail worthy to bring on these trails, and we've designed them for the dogs, and I spent many years doing that. You can look on my YouTube archives, website, and see that. I still will occasionally do that, but with the invention of the latest technologies with hybrid bikes, cars, that kind of stuff. These vehicles have gotten insane, and I was able to get a Swin car, which is, they call it a hybrid car. It's more of an ATV bike, but it's not near what an ATV is. But it can do pretty much everything an ATV can do, but it still looks more like a bike than anything, and it doesn't have a footprint like an ATV, but it's some of the most advanced suspension system and electric capabilities on the market today. A lot of the design is very innovative, and it was designed in France and it's built over there. And when I contacted them years ago, I mean, I'm going back probably 5 years ago, I tried to get it, and they said, well, there's no dealer in the United States, so we cannot sell it to you. And I said, well, listen, I'll pay for shipping to get it to the United States, and if it breaks, you guys can just send me a manual. We'll do our best to understand it, and we're very capable here. I have a team of mechanics and people that are able to repair most stuff. Now, this isn't bleeding edge technology, so I'm sure it'll be a little bit of a challenge. Sorry, I was doing a little sneeze over there. But they said no dice. So about a year and a half ago, I saw somebody was selling them in Tennessee, and I'm like, whoa, that's what I wanted. And I contacted the person in Tennessee, and lo and behold, it's a dealer, that first one in the United States that decided to take on the Swin car as a adventure vehicle. They were doing tours. You could come to Chattanooga, Tennessee and ride it there, and you could also buy one. Now, they weren't selling as many, but I said, I'll buy one. They're like, what? You're sight unseen, why don't you fly down here? I'm in Baltimore again, Maryland, and it's a couple-hour plane ride, and just make sure you like it. And I'm like, well, that's too much time out of my day, and I researched it for many years. I know I want it. They're like, okay, I mean, if you don't like it, you're probably not going to be able to return it. We might be able to sell it back to us at a discounted price, but I'm like, I'm okay with that. So this almost looks like sand we're riding on. Very cool. So I got it, and the guy also told me, who is a great guy. I'm forgetting his name now, but he owns a company that imports them and does the adventuring and all that good stuff. And he said, I'm going to tell you something else, Bill. His name's Patrick.
You've covered 2.43 miles. Your current speed is 3.8 miles per hour.
He's like, you're not going to be able to easily hook the dogs up, so I don't know what you're going to do about that. And I said, don't worry. I mean, I could see he didn't want to get involved with that. He didn't want to make any warranties that if you can't hook the dogs up, you can't return it, all that good stuff. And I'm like, I understand all that. Again, I got a pretty bright crew, team of guys and gals that can help me at least try. So he's like, okay. So we arranged for it. And by the way, there's what they call single Swin cars and tandem Swin cars, and tandem has 2 seats, and they had no tandem ones in the United States at the time. This is last year. I don't know if it's 19 or 20 at that point, but I said I would have to have a tandem, because I know I couldn't take it on bike trails, but I plan on going on some pretty rough areas, and I need someone with me to ride in the back to keep an eye on the dogs, to help me maintaining them on the trail, and to just help me guarantee everybody's safety. So I need a 2-person one. And they were like, will you be the first one in the United States with it? We wanted to import them. We just haven't had a demand for it and all this. I said, I'll do it. So we got it. And guess what? Because I wanted it so quickly, and what the shipping would have been to him in Tennessee and then to me, it was about the same price to just air freight it over. Can you believe that stuff? They can air freight this stuff in like 4 days. Equipment that weighs like 500 pounds in a big crate. So I said, okay. So the price was not cost prohibitive to air freight it over. So now we would get sooner and we could start adventuring with it, because I just love doing new stuff. And I love keeping my dogs entertained. So we were able to get this Swin car. It came to BWI Airport, Baltimore Washington International, and guess what? The guy from Chattanooga, Patrick, he flew up here because he had never seen, I don't think he went to France and he, you know, mingled with the company there and he test drove them before he took the dealership on. But I don't think they had the tandem at the time. So I don't think he ever saw a tandem in person. And Patrick was like, I'm going to see this thing. I'm going to come up and show you guys how things work. Because it's still the same vehicle. It just has 2 seats. And I'd like to set you off on the right foot. And I said, I'd love that. That's salesmanship. So he flew up here. He flew up right when the vehicle, the Swin car, pretty much landed at the airport, or they trucked it in from Philadelphia's airport, whatever. And we got it. We got our Swin car. We took it to where we keep some of the bikes. They keep in different strategic locations. Some in our own warehouse and some in storage areas, depending on the situation, the vehicle, how much room I got, and strategically how it makes sense for how we're going to be traveling. So we got the Swin car, and we were having so much fun unpacking it. Patrick says, you guys, once he told us a little bit, he said, you go back to your area, unpack it, and I'll meet you in the morning, trail it over to one of these areas I free range the dogs so we can have our undivided attention, private area where, you know, no one's going to really be peeking in, because we wanted to conduct business. We wanted to learn about this thing, and we didn't want any interruption. It's not trying to sound rude or anything, but so we took it to one of the farms I run, and I'm just looking. Is that our road? Okay, cool. I couldn't see that. Excellent. So again, I thought the road was closed. We run into a lot. Paul, good boys. Good girl. Paul's a sled dog. Command to the left. So we took it over to one of the farms I run the dogs with. And I know them all there. And I usually run the dogs with an ATV. Again, they're off leash there. But I didn't bring the dogs this time. We wanted to really focus on what we were doing. And we got the introductory lesson on my newest Swin car. And learned about it. Patrick was pretty pleased by the shipment from France, and it came in good, arrived in good shape, and everything was working. And that was our introduction, and then we were on our own. So at that point, I had my team look at it and say, how can we attach dogs to it? I love the vehicle.
Completed. You covered 2.88 miles. Your current speed is 3.7 miles per hour.
So I had to get my team involved to see how we could attach dogs to it. And lo and behold, my main man Jimmy, who is my co-pilot, or was for years. Jim's in his 70s now, but he's just like, I know what we can get. He knows what I need and how I do this, and he's been with me from the beginning in one capacity or another. And he's like, I know what you need, Bill. Give me Wolf Driver. Give me a couple days, and I'm going to put something together. And he was able to get the proper attachments so we could attach the dog safely to the Springer. They had to get the Springer to attach to the vehicle. And lo and behold, his way worked. Now, if you ever see that vehicle, we mount the Springers upside down, because the Springers are mounted to these, again, this incredible suspension system with these kind of floating like arms. And if we mounted the Springer right side up, we were worried, because there's so much flexibility. That's why there's such good suspension there, that the dogs could go in the air. Haul over, possibly. And like if you went up a big rock on the left side, the dogs on the right side might get suspended in the air. Nothing that would be detrimental, but we couldn't have that. So we put the Springer upside down. That keeps them a little lower to the ground and a little better center. And to this day, we feel that's best. We haven't turned them right side up because there hasn't been a need to. It's been working perfectly. But she over. give different dogs access to the water puddle sometimes. And this water looks great right off the mountain. So if one side had been going through it for a while, try to get the other side through it so they can get their paw pads wet and also do a quick sip on the run. That's why sometimes it just makes more sense to cross the puddle or pothole that way. All over. G over. Looks like snow there, but I think it's a rock. It's probably cold enough for snow to be laying on the ground, but when I say snow, I mean like ice or just snow from another time that hasn't melted yet. But it wasn't, it was a rock. So that's how we were able to pioneer the Springer on the swing car, the dog tethered. Hey, let's do water. Gonna water the dogs up here, gonna water the dogs.
10-4, how are you liking the road?
Oh, guy. Oh, guys. Awesome, dude. It's awesome here.
Cool, man. Cool.
So, just make sure the camera's still going. And I take a picture usually to document on the app I use, which is called Relive. You can look me up, Wolf Driver. I really tightened that thing down. Chris tightened it down, I think. Okay. Hi, guys. Okay. So do you think that light helps you, or you don't think it does much?
It's definitely doing something for the dogs down low.
Okay.
Getting more details off of their paws as they move.
Cool.
So it's definitely a shot.
I don't know what it's doing to me.
50 minutes completed. You've covered 3.14
Actually, I
miles.
can try to simulate.
Your current speed is 0 miles per hour.
Okay, Chase, we're going in a second. Okay. Oops. Cool. Hey, where are we at approximately? Ooh.
Hello.
Huh. Oh, this came out of there. Excuse me, Mr. Jagger. Crispy, where do you think we're at?
Calling me.
Yeah, I just want to know where are we at geographically? He's trying to kiss you, that's all he wants to do.
Like road-wise or town-wise?
Yeah, town-wise, just what part of Virginia you think? Good girl, Lola.
Oh, we're not far from West Virginia. We're in Virginia. I'd say the closest town is Raleigh Springs.
Raleigh Springs?
So that's the closest town.
10-4 on that, 10-4 on that. Making sure we're still recording here, folks. He sees Zaro. He's chill. Did they drink much?
Not much, no. They
No?
all touched it though.
Okay, cool. Zaro was chilling, actually preening his paws. He's ready to roll. Cool, man. I'm liking it. Cool, man.
Yep, very cool.
So it's becoming, as we do this, it's becoming easier and easier to find roads we haven't been on. They're just, these are back roads. You would never even think there was a road this desolate anywhere around us. I mean, you know, maybe in the Midwest. But again, we're not near any real big cities, but I mean, from Washington, D.C., you're only a few hours. I mean, it's not like, you know, you're thousands of miles. So it's pretty interesting. You need the battery, huh?
I'm good. I think this setup I got going on will work fine.
Cool. Cool. So, yeah, it's opened my eyes, this stuff. Okay, ready, guys? Ready? Here we go. Hike. It's opened my eyes that there's a lot out there that we don't even realize, even living in the area I live. I mean, I'm a few hours from here. We travel sometimes 4 hours, even further. We traveled up the Cape Cod Rail Trail, Massachusetts, and almost to Tennessee. At some point, we did a Virginia Creeper Trail, which is, I think, right near the Tennessee border. Or it might have been the Virginia Tobacco Trail. I can't remember. But, yeah, we, you know, all within driving distance, relatively speaking, without, I mean, we do need a team, but, and I've got the best driver, Chris B. He just drives nonstop for as many hours as we need. We can get a hotel if we need to, but we try to be back at home within 24 hours. I've got a wife and the dogs also. It's much more easy to accommodate them at home, and they're much more comfortable sleeping in their home. They'll stay anywhere, of course, but they travel well. But as like anything else, being home is where the heart is. But it's certainly a lot of fun to travel and to do this. And that's why we do it.
5 minutes completed. You covered 3.25 miles. Your current speed is 4.9 miles per hour.
Gee, over. So I did mention that one of the reasons I love doing this is the sense of adventure and the idea that it's really entertaining the dogs in more ways than one, because of course they're entertained in the sense that it's new place, new sense, new sights, very much wilderness, smells of animals they probably wouldn't even pick up on back home because they're not in my area. A little rugged here. Easy, guys. Good boys. And physically, because we'll do anywhere from usually 10 to 20 miles, depending on the terrain and sometimes depending on the battery life of the vehicles. Now, I didn't even touch on what I'm on now, which is the Easy Raider scooter, which is equal to my Swin car pretty much in capacity, what it can do. But the batteries, because this is, well, that's got 4 motors too, but it wears out a little quicker than the Swin car. So they're making a supplemental battery, but it's not available yet. So I'm stuck to what it'll do. Wow, look at these rocks next to me. All this way, and people have actually, oh, nice yin yang sign. People have actually graffitied it. Wow. How many people do come through here? Obviously, it is a road, but these back roads, you're not dealing with many cars, and especially at night. I mean, it can be a little dangerous too. And again, that's why I've got Scott out front, Chris behind me. But the thrill of the dogs getting stimulated and just really being happy. I mean, seeing my dog smile or knowing they're smiling and excited and just really happy makes me super happy, and that's why I like doing this. And I'm like, everybody's enjoying it. It's so cool. Now, Mrs. Wolf Driver, sometimes she's like, don't go too far, get home earlier, but she knows it's what I do. And I think I'll have seen most of my area of the country, at least within like a 500-mile radius. Pretty much every square inch of it by the time I get another 10 years in here. Like I said, I've been doing it for 25, been running the dogs to these more exotic or more places we need to travel to for the past 10, 11 years. And it's so cool. And one of the reasons I'm making all these videos, I make a video of every trip we do, is because I just, you know, you turn it on and seeing generations of dogs and seeing what I was doing then and how I was living life with my dogs just brings tears to my eyes. Easy, guys. Easy, guys. These puddles aren't even mud puddles. They look like just underwater springs or mountain water runoff from the mountain. By the way, 3.6 miles. Been out here for about an hour, so it's a little, we're usually doing 5 to 6 miles an hour, but I've been taking it a little easy here. And part of that's because we're going uphill. I mean, we're at 2,200 feet now. I think we started off at like 1,800, so not a big climb, but enough. I can always pump the speed up, but at a pace we're comfortable at. If we did, they pick up on a scent of wildlife, or we get a glimpse of anything, they will pick up the pace themselves. And I'll probably ride the brake at that point, because I don't want them to get too crazy. But we can hit peak speeds at 20 miles per hour on here, sprint speeds. It's a little cold out. I'm not feeling it so much because my attention's on the dogs and the video narrating this. And so I'm trying to do a bunch of different stuff. So it's keeping my mind busy and my body a little bit too. So very cool. I really like this app because there's two apps I'm using. That's why you're seeing two phones. One is a GPS app. It's called like Motion GPX. And I got it like a couple of years ago, and now it's not in the App Store, but it still works perfectly. But they say they're not available in the United States App Store. So these are iPhones. So I'm like, that sucks. Because I want to put on my other phones, and I'm not able to do that at this point. The other phone on my left, right here, is the Relive app, which again is, I've mentioned this before plenty of times, it will tell you, it actually logs. It's kind of like a digital diary of your run, and it relives it. It's kind of makes a cool little video. It'll add your photos to it, or videos, whatever you may add. That's why I just took a photo at the last stop. So I've been working on that being my main, easy guys, my main document keeper for my trips. And then when I do my videos and put my photos to match the trip, if we took any photos, on Flickr, the album. And that way people can go and see our stats from that run on the Relive app. If they have it on their phone, I think it might be free to subscribe. I mean, I pay for a yearly service, so it does what it does for me. But if you're just checking it out, they'll probably have a free viewer version. But some people might be interested because they might want to know, well, how many miles should I run my dog? What kind of speed? Which I do. So you'll get an idea of what I do. And it doesn't mean, depending on the breed you have, and depending how you're running them and what you're exactly doing, you should follow my instruction or my example, but at least it gives you just a broad range of an idea. So
Pretty cool. Relive again, R-E-L-I-V-E. I have nothing to do with the app, I just subscribe to it. And they make it for Android and iPhone, I believe. A lot of bike riders use it. And I'm not sure if runners use it, but I know it's got all available activities. Now, it doesn't have dog mushing, any kind of dog activities. It's a little rocky here. But I just put it under cycling or other. Because that's why I take pictures, so people can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, he's on a bike with dogs, or he's on a scooter, or he's on some kind of crazy vehicle with dogs. So this is like, I know, just got almost bit it there. This is like almost like a podcast from the dog vehicle, but you got a video of me or us, what we're doing. But so we can discuss almost all topics. I don't discuss politics because it's too grimy at this point. What's going on? But I do talk dogs and products and cool stuff and happenings. Now we unfortunately have the COVID-19, which is a deadly virus. It's hurt a lot of people. A lot of people have died from it. A lot of people got very sick from it. So it's a scary time with this pandemic. There's always looking up there. The mountain cats looking out there, looking too. Well, they're not going to pounce on us, but that's a little icy, folks. That's how they stalk their prey. So we got to be a little careful too. They're easy, guys. Easy, guys. G over. I went gentle for Zorro because he was going to hit that. Not that it's going to hurt him, but he's going to hit that pothole at the ice, and I just wanted to go easy for him. So the pandemic's really terrible, and I know they just got the vaccine going in the past couple of weeks, and I'm hoping everybody can get vaccinated that wants to.
Minutes completed. You covered 4.05 miles. Your current speed is 5.0 miles per hour.
G over. So just over 4 miles now. Call over. And so this pandemic, the effect that it has had that people who haven't gotten it, then you got the side of everything being closed down, depression. It's just a tough time for everybody. And so getting away from it now, me doing my stuff I do with my dogs, I'm not around anybody. Of course, we need necessities, so we'll stop and get gas, and we do our part, mask up, and go inside. And sometimes, we'll get, depending where we're at, some food. Try to keep the places in business. Instead of packing a lunch, we'll buy a lunch out there, or dinner, etc. So we're trying to do our part, and hopefully some of these videos will help people live a little, maybe vicariously through me for a little bit if you can't get out right now. See some of the nature side and be a little interested in some of the stuff we do. You don't have to have dogs to enjoy it, that's for sure. Might just be a nature lover, might be a biker, a bike rider, or mountain biker. You might want ideas where to go. That's the kind of stuff you might be able to get from what we do. You might be a dog person. You want ideas what you can do with your dog and how you can do it. So hopefully, we're just enjoying tuning in. Hopefully, whatever it is, it's a good experience. Additionally, you could be watching this, or I could be watching this years from now, and hopefully this pandemic's long gone, and we never have to say the words again, COVID-19, because it's taking its toll. So, still kind of in the same ridge, where there's a big mountain hilltop to my left, and a cliff to my right to fall off. So this road they built, kind of the only spot you can really ride that's flat. Now it goes up and down, but at least it's flat enough that we can get our bikes through here, and cars and trucks can come through here. I mean, it's still a relatively narrow roadway, if you want to call it a roadway. It's more like a trail, but it is considered a road. If you'd ever like to suggest a topic, just email me or go to my website, and we can discuss that. If you're curious about something about me, you know, I've got, again, the logistics and the innovation that I've put into this to ensure the dog safety and to be as beneficial to the dogs as possible, as well as interesting and fun for us humans. It's all part of what we do, and there's so much behind the scenes that I don't mention, that I take for granted, that I don't even touch on. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Do some other activities that have been inspired by the dogs. As I mentioned, I take them in the summer, and we've learned to ghost hunt. Interesting crossing. I lost where we were going for a sec, because the trail goes to the left or right. It looks like, I don't know, it was open. That's a road up there too. I think we're going right. Crispy see us from behind. I'll make sure he hasn't said anything to me yet. He's definitely coming this way. How deep is this? Is it good? Is it good for us, Scott? Yeah. Hey, you want to film me? Oh, yeah. So, these are cool areas. They're just streams coming to a little waterway crossing. Pretty shallow. Tell me when.
Do it.
Okay, come on, guys, hike. Now, what you want to do here. Good boys. Good boys. Good boys. Good boys. Good boys.
Jag's a little short legs on his foot. I think he was worried.
Oh, guys. He definitely was. Like, how'd I get into this situation? Good boy, Jack. Boy, Lola.
He was looking for an exit, but he was tethered.
Oh, yeah. How'd Lola look? She look good on that?
I didn't actually get a good shot of Lola.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll come through on the 4K, but I just made sure you all were in the shot,
Cool.
but she was kind of behind you.
Yep, cool.
Chase
Okay.
always comes through because he's so white.
Oh, I know. So, just want to watch them on those water crossings, especially at night, because they're a little more timid sometimes, especially Chase and Lola. Lola, because she's newest to the team. Lola and Jag. Lola, because she's newest to the team and hasn't experienced much of this, just the past year and a half. and Jag, because I mean, we don't get to that many water crossings to experience something like that on a daily basis. It just, when it happens. And Jag's just got short legs, and he's always been a little bit questionable, timid sometimes, but he's built a lot of confidence on this, doing what we do, and he's done really well. And every good outing really helps him. Something special like crossing the water like that really helps solidify his trust in me. So we're coming to something else here.
Completed. You've covered
Another one?
0.79 miles. Your current speed is 3.9 miles per hour.
Pretty shallow, huh? I'm coming right behind you. Good boys. Come on, Sarah. Good boy, Jack. Good boys. Good boys. Good boys. Pretty epic here, isn't it?
Same place we were at last time?
No. I think it's totally different, dude.
Yeah, I was on the way up, I was getting deja vu, and I was thinking, I hope not.
That makes two of us. Those are once in a lifetime places. That's all you need to go to them, is once in a lifetime. Nice and smooth here. For a second. Your camera holding? Cool. Good hill here. So that was just another water crossing, and those big rocks really are tough. You've got to, and again, only a vehicle like this and a swing car, but besides ATVs, and was that was him. You texting us? I mean, you calling us, dude? You calling us?
Yeah, the bumps made my radio fall and I hit the button.
10-4 on that, 10-4 on that. Ooh, Laura's picking up on something. This could be another waterway here. More, huh?
Tiny again.
What's that?
Tiny.
Tiny. Good boys. Good girl. Good boys. Boy, it takes a lot of motor power, I feel it, to pull you out of that deep ditch where the water was. And again, that's why electric vehicles are so good, because they have a lot of torque. So a gas motor is not near as torquey, doesn't have the pulling power of electric, but electric usually not going to last as long as gas. So it's got its trade-offs, but of course, with all the strides they've been making, electric really becoming a beast. Electric power for vehicles. Just crossed the 5-mile marker. See over? It's a little icy here. See over? Boys. Yes, Chris is still behind us. I had to do a peripheral check. I've got mirrors on here, but they're not adjusted real good right now. Easy, guys. Whoops.
Where's that Chris right there?
Yeah, I see him. Whoa. Okay, come on, guys. Easy. 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 How's Lola look?
Need help, man?
1
watch the
hour,
throttle. I'm gonna
20
pull it towards me.
minutes
Okay.
completed. You
No, I think we're good.
5.08 miles.
Son of
Your
You want
current
to hit it a little?
speed
Yeah, a little bit.
is 0 miles per hour.
Nice. There it is.
Cool. Good? Yeah. Cool. Phew. That's rugged.
Yeah.
That's rugged. It wasn't stuck. It just tweaked the dogs to left and right, so I had to gingerly work them.
Steep and having to stop for the dogs. I understand.
Yeah, I had to gingerly work them through it. Oh, guys, hike. That's the thing. You notice that everything we do, there's never any complaint from the dogs because, as I said, their safety is always my #1 concern. So there's no hesitation from them, virtually. Sometimes those dark waterways make them hesitate because they can't see the bottom. But stuff like we just did. Oh, guys, my camera got flipped. Ooh, look at that. That's Chris, you hear.
What's up? What's up?
Turn this all away.
Love this truck. Love it.
Nice, man. Okay. We'll give the dogs a little rest here too, while I figure out the camera situation. Okay, one there, and we should be in business any second, but that was a lot of pressure on that camera. How's your camera holding up? Looks good? Cool, man. Okay, hopefully that'll hold up. Good boys. Okay, guys. Hike. I don't give it a lot of credit, or a lot of, I don't think it's gonna hold up because that's only hand tight and this place is pretty crazy. So as I was saying, those dogs are never complaining. They love what we do. And they feel very safe. Let me try to fix this camera one more time. I'm gonna need Chris. Oh, guys. Yeah, I need you to help me fix this camera when you can, bud.
Okay.
Screwdriver and wrench. Huh. You know what? I'm gonna lower it. I think that might help. Oh, didn't mean to do that. dude.
1 hour 25 minutes completed. You covered 5.16 miles.
That's
Your current speed
loose
is
again.
0.
That whole thing spun around. I lowered it now, but it was loose. Even the these things were. That might just be a bad design on my part. This place is crazy, dude.
We're going up the mountain.
Are we?
Yep. Got a washer in your kits? Because it's got a little gap that we got to take up.
I wouldn't know
I
where to
might
put
have one.
wouldn't know where to put my hand on it. Thanks, buddy. Are you gonna check? So, what we do is, as you're aware of, make every attempt to get the best filming we can, but sometimes it's a little tough. And sometimes the equipment can't hold up. I mean, this camera equipment's usually, it's made for studio. I mean, it's the best you can buy, but it's made for studio. Actually, my bar's pretty sturdy. So, I'm like Chris try to mastermind something here. We'll see if I got any kind of cell phone reception. I'm sure I don't, but just for the heck of it, like, you know where it. Oh.
That part where you had a hard time?
Yeah.
It should have stopped that thing pulling the trailer, but it did it.
It did it? It didn't stop me. I was just, the dogs were, it was that one big area.
Oh yeah, I know you could have done it.
Yeah, I didn't want to lean.
Having them attached.
But Scott helped out. Oh, sorry. Jesus. I got the brake on, so. Scott helped out a lot. He's like, don't hit the throttle by accident. I just hit on Crispy.
That fucking did in my nerves, man.
Well, even with the bike, I used to turn it off because because when I would get up, my vest would catch it a lot. Oh, good move, dude. Yeah, this stuff's too epic not to catch on video. Good move, Crispy.
I probably could. Let me look.
Okay, Chase, hang tight, buddy. So.
I'm afraid if I put another washer on it, I won't have enough thread.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, we'll call MacGyver because we improvise out here on the
Hour 30
trail.
minutes completed. You covered 5.
Good boy, Jaggy. Done good, sir. Good girl,
Your
Lola.
current speed is
Versus, I'll just lay down,
0
Dad.
miles per hour.
Let's see, we don't want to spend too much time, but if we can get this done, it just make the video that much more enjoyable. See it from the back. When I'm building these rigs, I try to consider everything, but it don't always work out that way. And you don't know how this stuff's going to perform when it's, you know.
Well, this shit's pretty damn rocky.
You're not kidding. I'm gonna come with a better model. And do my lights, so my light stays there too, because that's been going back. Okay, Chase, we're going in a minute, buddy. Oh, sorry, though. You're right there, aren't you? Hey, dude, grab another piece of tape for that.
I heard you.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, sure.
Let me finish what I'm doing.
Huh?
I said, let me finish this one.
That's pretty tight now. This is staying good. I lowered it too. This backed out. Look, look, even this is backing out. It's all the vibration.
average.
Okay, Chasey. What goes into Chase? He never shuts up.
Shouldn't have got him fixed.
Okay, Chase. Yeah, some of that. You think you should put a wrench on it? Thought a mastermind was good enough today, but it looks like it beat me still. The true problem is a lot of these parts are plastic and they're not made for this kind of intensity. So okay, buddy, we're going on the side. That one. You just let this stuff go, it'll all back out.
That's not tight.
Okay, Chasey, we're going. You did that one.
Make sure. Yeah.
And the bottom? I don't think that's going anywhere.
I think I got that one pretty good. Hip jag him up.
Okay, buddy. This.
See, yeah, I did that one.
Okay.
See how it goes.
Hey, this one, dude. This one.
1 hour, 35 minutes completed. You've covered 5.16 miles. Your current speed is
That's
0
all?
miles per hour.
1.61 miles.
No, 5.16. Okay. Are we ready? Take a little rest for the dogs. And okay, Chase, you're getting ready. For Crispy get in the truck. Okay, here we go. Here. When I hear the door close. Okay, come on guys, hike. So we don't know how much that'll help, but it was just a little tune-up and a little duct tape. When in doubt, just add some duct tape. So we are climbing this mountain. We've got we're at 2,130 feet, it looks like. So it'll be interesting to see. I think these mountains around this area are all around 30. No, they might go up to 4,000. Highest point. Now I don't know if we're in Virginia or West Virginia. I think we're in Virginia. Highest point in West Virginia is called Spruce Mountain. We've been there. We mushed it. And it's G over. Whoa. Okay. Boys. Trying to avoid what you went up.
Yeah.
Easy.
I didn't even see
Okay.
it till I was on it.
Yeah. Okay, come on, guys. That gives you the feeling, because you're all over, you're high up in the air, it gives you the feeling you're falling. But this thing's virtually impossible to roll. But when I start feeling myself going one way or the other, I step off of it to prevent it from definitely not going over. I only trust gravity a certain amount. So Spruce Mountain is one of the highest points. I believe it is the highest point in West Virginia. There's a sign there. That's how I remember it. Everybody looks great, all but the driver, me, the wolf driver. Yeah. Great. Believe it or not, that a rest like that rejuvenates the dogs so quickly and so thoroughly. That's why sled dogs, which is really what they are, that's their heritage, that's in their blood, can go in properly conditioned 50 to 100 miles a day pulling a sled. So that's endurance of a husky, northern breed. The trail's making me work, but it's awesome. Main thing is I gotta keep my arms loose, don't like tense up, but don't keep them too loose to where the steering can grab from you. So my ears are popping. Oh, we're 2,400 feet in the air now. Or 2,400 feet above sea level, sorry. When I say that, I get excited. I'm really climbing this mountain.
Minutes completed. You've covered 5.44 miles. Your current speed is 4.1 miles per hour.
Again, because of this rugged terrain with the scooter, the battery, it's sucking down some battery. I see the volts. These are 60-volt batteries, but I see that we're putting some usage on them today. They will run out at some point. I just hope we clock good mileage before they do, but you never know. Now, we do have a portable generator where we can actually charge them, but to get any real longevity, easy guys, you have to charge it for a while. It's nice for a quick hot shot when you need to get it in the trailer and you're out of juice. You charge for 10 minutes and it gives you enough juice to ride it into the trailer, but beyond that, it would take half hour to an hour, and we're only going to get a couple more miles, so it's not worth the time. But as soon as I get that battery booster, that'll really help the situation. A swim car doesn't usually, I'm going, I forget the furthest I've gone. I'm going on here like 18 miles, so again, the temperature is not helpful for the batteries. The colder it is, the more quicker they drain. Because we're so far back here, that's why I have a satellite phone. Because you never know when we're going to need to get a hold of civilization. Now, where would we tell them to pick us up? We could send them GPS coordinates, but good luck with that. Obviously, if we need to be rescued, I subscribe to a rescue service, and will actually rescue you. Believe it or not, it's through a Garmin app I have. And and they'll spend up to $100,000. Or if they'll spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it won't cost you a penny as long as you pay your yearly insurance fee, basically. And I do that. Never needed it, proud to say, but it feels good to have it. So what I mean by surreal feeling is it's so quiet. I mean, you can't hear nothing. The cars, just because these are electric, you don't really hear them. I mean, you're just hearing the movement of the equipment, basically. Sometimes it's quiet enough, you just hear the dogs panting. And if there's snow on the ground, you hear their paws hitting the snow. These can go through snow. Go back in my videos, we've been in snow the past 3 times, I think, before these. A couple times, if that makes sense. That's a nice grade here. We're on a 7% grade, which is decent, but it looks like it's getting more intense. Steeper up here. Again, that helps work the dogs out too. Climbing hills, I think, is one of the best things that I can do for them.
1 hour, 45 minutes completed. You covered 5.79 miles. Your current speed is 3.9 miles per hour.
And we could have gone downhill around this way going uphill, but we usually, I think it's better for the dogs to run uphill, especially when it's going to be limited mileage. If going downhill, we would have got more miles, so make that trade-off in my mind. We're definitely riding some miles, so we're closing in on 6. We're definitely climbing some hills, I should say. So again, I know I touched on it, probably sounds like a goofball, but I keep saying it's surreal. I mean, a lot of people would be really kind of spooked out in a place like this, because, you know, you're so secluded. Oh, phone. That time I saw it. Go. And I got it.
Nice.
No backtracking, dude. These things just loosen up, dude.
Yeah, you ever think about getting some thread locker?
Yeah, it's a good idea. That's what Chris likes.
The blue stuff's supposed to be, it holds it tight, but you can still untighten it by hand.
You can?
Something like that. I know the red stuff's permanent. You gotta weld the red stuff off.
Oh, this one was loose too. All this stuff. How's your camera on the back? Good? Cool?
Yeah, still tight.
Cool. Let's do it. Come on, guys, hike. So, you do got to be vigilant about all this equipment. And on the last trip, we lost the phone and the camera, and Scott was able to find him again. So that's pretty impressive. So I'm always looking down to see, make sure stuff's still there, and to at least so I'll know the last time I saw it. So if it does fall off, where we should look. Okay. I figure this how I'm gonna cross this. So, yeah, most people would be a little wigged out back here. We've just, because I started off doing trail, I used to do trails by myself at night when I first started. I mean, I'm going back 25 years ago. But because of daylight savings time, it gets dark in my area like 4:30, 4:45 in the heat of the winter, in the height of the winter. And I didn't have a team back then. I just had my 2 dogs and me. But by the time I got off of work on my schedule, it was dark out. I just had to do it. So I went and invested in some night vision goggles, military grade. Probably one of the best things I ever bought. You can really see the trail now. I was riding a Seiko cart back then, which the dogs were out in front pulling more like a traditional sled cart, dry land mushing cart. So you can check me out on YouTube on that. That was pretty cool. Oh, really climbing here. Still says 7% grade, but it just looks steep. Maybe a little icy here. Nah, just look that way. This thing goes over ice and snow like it's no big deal, but the dogs will slip a little. And they can grab onto it somewhat with their claws, but they've plenty of mushers who mush across ice. So nothing new to their instinct. Over 6 miles now. And by the way, that cold is gone. I'm warm, and it's because I'm working, just balancing this thing, even though it's 4 wheels.
Hour, 50 minutes completed. You've covered 6.09 miles. Your current speed is 4.3 miles per hour.
Even though it's 4-wheel, you still got to balance it somewhat. It's got so much lean to it. That's why you saw me jump off of it before, because it was leaning in the wrong direction. Going over the cliff. I didn't want to do that. Whew. Ears are still popping. 2,750 feet so far. By the way, we could run into anything in the middle of these roads, down trees and big branches. So we carry electric chainsaw, and we've got some tow ropes. We could tow stuff out of the way and cut it up if we had to. I mean, we're not a regular tree moving crew, so we're limited in some capacities, but at least we got enough to deal with most of what we might encounter. We encountered a tree once that was so big we used a tow rope, and we couldn't even move it. We broke the tow rope, and those tow ropes are rated at, I don't know, 15,000 pounds or something crazy. I'm talking tow ropes for vehicles, not for dogs. Pretty rugged through here. Bumpy, 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 and you're on the cliffside, so want to keep those bumps in the right area. Sometimes these rocks want to turn your wheel too, so that's why I try to keep 2 hands on the wheel at all times. Only take it off if I got the itch, like now. You do it quick enough, it's okay. You kind of learn when you can hit yourself. What's this? I thought I had something across the road as we spoke. A little bit of ice though. A little bit of water. A little bit of snow ice over there. Yep, a little bit of ice on the tires. And through the river, the water coming down the mountain. I see my voltage is definitely dropping. I'm hoping we can hang in there and give it a couple miles, but because of this uphill climb, we are now we're talking hill, 11%, 11.25% grade. But Zara, he's such a big dog, so it's pretty intense for him. And you might see his tether loosen a little because he's not engaged as much. He's climbing, but the bike's a little ahead of him. Chase is always ahead of the, always pulling on the tether. Jag's tether's always relaxed. It doesn't matter how slow or how fast you're going. He's always got slack in it. He's a genius. He just does the minimal amount of work. And Lola's is almost always taut, pulled out. She's pulling, trying to pull, remember. They're not going to pull this vehicle. Getting towards 6.5 miles now. What a great ride. I mean, how cool is this? Now, I got to know the height of my deck that I'm standing on, because if I go something that's higher, I'm going to have a problem. It's going to stop me in my tracks. So you get a feel for that too. In case you're going to run in front of the tire, you want to avoid that water. Sometimes they'll go in it, sometimes they'll go around it, so that's why I have to be ready. Now the tire's not going to have any terrible impact on him. It will some bumping, but they're like big balloons. So I'd rather not do it, so that's why I'm alert. And that's why I'm wolf driving. I know what I'm doing. This is wolf driving to the extreme.
55 minutes completed. You covered 6.45 miles. Your current speed is 3.6 miles per hour.
Still got a good grade going on. 10.125. It's fluctuating a lot, but we're seriously climbing. I don't think we're gonna make it to the top. I think my battery's gonna kick out soon. But we're certainly gonna try. Even with the limited mileage, this hill climbing's giving them a good challenge. Look at this, wow. That's truly incredible. Also, as you get closer to the top of the mountain, there's less and less wildlife up here because it's usually not a good water source, and that's what we find. So, but we don't see any wildlife much anyway, because these places are so big that they're long gone before. You know, Zara's lead was a little behind, so I took a little speed off, slowed her down a little bit. Jake's right up with us. Remember, he's the biggest, so he's big boned, he's got a big structure, stature.
6.78 miles. Your current speed is 3.4 miles per hour.
Because he's got Malamute, so his bone structure is pretty thick and he's pretty big for what a husky is. He's pretty lean still. But it's work for him getting up the hills. I love this hill climb for them. Is that a left or right?
I'd say right's the better option, yeah.
Well, let's see what Chris says. We'll stop up here for a sec. Oh, guys.
Hey, you want to do water?
Yeah, let's do a water. Crispy, we can go right or left. We're stopping for a water, but you let us know.
Let me look.
Hi, good girl. Let me take another picture here. Hi, good boy. They're probably not going to drink much.
You're all the way at the top.
I believe so.
Let me make it up there so I can get the map to move.
$10-4 on that. No rush. We're giving them water and resting them. That's quite a climb. Everything's looking pretty good. I'm gonna have a seat here for a sec. Oh man, almost 7 miles. Battery's taking a hit. Actually, it worked back up to 58 almost. Did you notice what yours was?
I'll look.
It doesn't matter, but it's what it is. We can't change it. Your battery good enough on your headlight?
Oh yeah, I haven't had any problems.
I got another one if you need it.
58.5, yeah.
You're higher than me on 57.9. But coming up was like 56. I was like, oh, it's gonna go, but it was quite a hill, wasn't it, dude?
Yeah.
Whew. We're 3,100 feet in the air. I mean, above sea level. So
I heard Chris say something about. I think my walkie might have turned off in my pocket.
your walkie?
I heard him say we're gonna get to 3,200 probably on this road.
Yeah, I think your walkie you left with Chris, didn't you? Or no?
No, I actually pulled out 3.
Okay.
He thought I only pulled out 2,
Two.
but I've been keeping one right here.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, normally I hear his calls off yours, but yeah, it's weird. Mine's on and fine, and it's broadcasting. Whatever.
Oh, because you're not on our channel, 21.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, we'll worry about it.
Yeah, he found that that's the channel for that. It's nice. You don't have to get a Milwaukee out anymore.
It's kind of like aesthetic to have that as the command center. It sounds real good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Zara looks thirsty.
We go right. I don't know what that left is, or if somebody cut in like a viewing, somewhere to view the mountain, or if it attaches back to itself. But I'm guessing somebody put it in the view off the mountain.
10-4 on that. That was Scott's guess, right? Nice, Scott.
I just went by the.
He is correct, sir.
10-4 on that. 10-4 on that.
Be right back.
Dig it
Yeah,
down.
we still have 3 miles to go before we hit the tee.
Yeah, I don't know if the batteries will hold out, but we'll see. So it's awesome. So we're better than 2 hours into this, and we're at 6.8 miles, and our average pace has been 3.4. We've climbed, let me see, track is set. We've climbed, could it be 1,800 feet we've climbed? Looks like that. Yeah, 1,800 feet. That's pretty good. Yeah, there's
2 hours,
altitude
5 minutes completed. You've covered 6.84 miles. Your current speed is 0 miles per hour.
So we can hang in there another few miles. It might level off, and then we can recharge the batteries using the regenerative braking, just by going downhill, not put so much load on them, and they would get more mileage even. But I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, we've got 3,136 here. We've climbed 1,800 feet.
Yeah, it's like right up, a little ways right up here. It looks like you're going to be at the top and then be going down.
10-4 on that. 10-4 on that. Here we go. You good, Scott?
All the way down below 1,500 feet.
Hi, guys. Height. A little more climbing, guys, and we'll be in business. Oh, guys, what's that? I'll do a adjustment. Come on, guys, hike. Even this is kind of downhill. This is helping out our battery situation a lot. Now the question is, how rugged is it going to get going downhill? Are we going to run into more water? Well, we'll find out. That's the lure of the adventure. Thanks for the battery. Nice. So this is how we do Wolf Driver adventuring, Wolf Driver on tour. As I said, back in the 90s and 2000s up until 10, I used to do a lot of it myself. Many times, many mileage, no team. I would go out at night, but it was usually only one or two trails. So I knew them like the back of my hand. And back then I was running 2 or 3 dogs. Yep, 2 or 3 dogs. Wasn't running 4 like I am now. A little more uphill it looks like. They teased us in that little downhill part. Dog's pretty rejuvenated, looking good. Still climbing. All over. A little ice here too. All over. Just trying to find a flattest part of the trail to ride on, or the road. Again, whatever this thing is. It's a little slow on that because I was giving Chase the opportunity to see where he was going to run before I made my decision how I was going to cross that little puddle. Super cool. Super cool.
2 hours.
This is gonna be a lot of work for the truck because it's so.
You covered 7.06 miles.
So
Your current speed is 5.2 miles per hour.
So we are over 7 miles. I was saying it's going to be pretty bumpy for the truck. Pretty challenging for the truck because it's all up and down and up and down. He's got the trailer on the back, of course. Even the little hills here. This is interesting. This slate or shale. That's cool how this mountain's formed. Very cool. Yeah, so even these little, when I go down a little bit of the hill, when you go up, the climb it and go down a little bit, even that little bit helps the battery. Trying to ride it as gingerly as possible, just so we can hopefully make it to the downhill point and get the battery going. That will rejuvenate the battery like nobody's business. I don't know. Rugged, rugged, rugged. That's what we do, and that's why we got these vehicles, and that's the excitement for the dogs. Some days, I mean, we like to do all kinds of terrain. Go on grass terrain, even concrete, blacktop. Try not to make a steady diet out of one particular terrain. They all have their pros and cons. Oh yeah, my latest Facebook beat up on Wolf Driver today was a woman had said to me that it was cruel to the dogs what I'm doing, and to get off my ass and walk them. And that's just a misconception. And that's why sometimes it's tough to be on Facebook. People look at something and they're automatic instant experts, and they want to tell you why you're being cruel to your animal and why you shouldn't do what you're doing. When in fact they have no idea. I mean, I've had educated conversations with mushers who some like what I'm doing, some don't. And that's okay, because that's a person that's got experience. They don't experience exactly what I'm doing, but at least they are educated about a working breed dog. But this woman could be someone that's educated, but it didn't look it. I take what everybody says very seriously, and I really try to learn from them if they have a valid point. I'm pioneering some of this bourbon style mushing than I do. So certainly, you know, people might have other ideas, and I'm always a student, always willing to learn, but I hate when people just come in there and ridiculously pick you apart and tell you why you're such a bad person because of what you're doing. So I try to keep everything in check and not let it affect my day. But I do take it personal. This is a way of life for me and my dogs and my family. So I want the best lives possible for them. I don't want people to think I'm doing anything that would in any way affect them. Whoa, that's it. Battery done, dude. Yeah.
Was that even 10 miles?
7.4.
I think your peak's right up there. Do you want to put it on the generator for 5 minutes?
Yeah, we could do a 5-10 minute generator and try it.
10-4. I'll use that cord so I can get it as far away from you as possible.
10-4 on that. Well, we'll try.
2 hours,
Still kinda
15
early.
minutes completed. You've covered 7.4 miles. Your current speed is
We got
0
good signal here.
miles per hour.
Use this time to call my wife. Hey, got signal up here. Yeah, just got about 8 miles. We ran out of battery, but that's fine. We usually wrap it up, but we're gonna try a portable charge, see if we get, because we're almost at the top of the mountain, and then it's downhill from there. Just get the dogs a few more miles.
Would Chris say we're pretty much at the peak?
Yeah. Going downhill, we could get some quick mileage in for them. They're not even tired.
No.
Chase be whining the whole way home. Thought there was going to be more mileage.
Right, yeah.
Hey, how's your thing? Was it going good? Your battery?
Oh yeah, I have options. This thing died pretty much permanently.
Yeah.
But this one is riding real nice in my pocket right here.
Yeah, that should last you the whole trip.
Yeah, 2 more bars. It was
Yeah.
full when we started.
I'll bring a new the other one. Your battery on your bike was pretty good though.
57.9.
Cool.
Yeah. If you're going uphill, it doesn't really go below 58.
Oh, that's cool.
You boys.
Whew. Zora says, I'll lay down in the mud.
I want to film us jumping the bike.
What's that?
I want to film us jumping the bike. People will love this shit.
Chase already whining, dude. Okay, we'll have to do a email check. See what's going on in the world here. The luxuries of modern day motion. Okay, Chasey. Okay. What is that?
They're fucking back there looking for the generator.
I thought you saw me taking it out, brother.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Thought I left it in the Home Depot parking lot.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Whew.
2 hours, 20 minutes completed. You've covered 7.4 miles.
This is about as intense as the last place because
0 miles
we got
per
that's what
hour.
we got out of it there. Ah, Lola. Oh, I was ready for it tonight.
Yeah, I saw it. When you shook it, the whole bike shook.
Yeah,
Just the top. That was nice.
It moves with it. But this contraption's still cheap. I gotta figure out how to beef it up.
I feel like those screws are kind of meant to strip over time.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Oh yeah. That's for sure. That's for sure. So it's been about 5 minutes now. If we make it to the top of the mountain, we should be able to come down and
Troublemaker.
yeah, he's going off.
You know,
58. That's what it says.
that's what it is.
You really think? How can it be that quick?
And since it's military stuff, they probably, what are you doing, buddy? You gonna ride? You driving today? They might be using the same plaid technology as Tesla. And something about the way it sends the electricity to the battery, it's super fast.
Oh, really?
But I have, I don't actually
Start
know.
back.
I just assume. I know they're using the best shit they can get.
I'm gonna look again. 58.3. Yeah, but it takes 8 hours to charge, and
I don't know.
Two
The first-
hours,
the first
30
half will
minutes
charge quick.
completed. You've covered
really, and then it trickles.
4 miles. Your current
How far do you think to the
miles per hour.
I don't think, I think what you see up there is the top
Top.
of the mountain. I mean, you can try to see if you can make it to the top, and if
Okay, you wanna?
you don't, then we'll charge you again. Charge it and drive.
Just keep it charged. That trailer's hard to drive with this. Oh, wait till you get in there. Ah. So we got some little juice. We'll see what this does. It's kind of an experiment, and we'll see if it can carry on. Be nice, like I said, to get to the top of the hill. Easy, top of the mountain. Okay, Chase. He wants to go. He's like, I do not want to be stopped. Okay, Chase. And this dog will literally do. We've done 30 miles before and still have energy left to spend. He's skin and bones. I mean, that's what he does. You ready, brother? You ready, Crispy? He always tells me to go, but I like to wait. Go ahead. Okay. Here we go. Ready, Scott? Scott, you ready?
Yeah.
Cool. Here we go. Oh, guys, hike.
Why it does that?
What's that?
I don't know why it stops like that sometimes. It's not the battery.
It might just be a surge from it getting low. So we're cheating the battery, essentially. Oh, moving. he's right about the top here. We might get the dogs more mileage in. I thought maybe give it a half hour, but not that we want to take that kind of time. This could be the top. It's already down to 55, so. We're getting there, folks. I think it's further than you think. And I think this thing's going to conk out again almost soon. But we're trying. Always thinking out of the box. Not many people would take a portable generator with them to do recover the battery like we've done. But to use the portable generator for sometimes charging also, full charging on the go. Whoop, that's it. Yeah. That's it, buddy. Scott, go check to see where.
I'll get you back on the charger.
If it's not right around the bend, we'll call it a night here. I know, JC. Some days are more mileage than others, buddy. It's okay, buddy. JC, no matter what, he has to pull the generator out, because even if we do wrap it up here, we'll have to charge it to get it in the truck.
You've covered 7.53 miles. Your current speed is 0 miles per hour.
Now, he wants to get in it. He wants to finish riding, or he'll be good if we get him in the truck. But Crispy working, aren't you?
Just the usual.
Yeah, man. Ah. I'm surprised that thing's not electric start.
I'm sure it's probably an option, but
Yeah.
they're trying to keep the footprint small.
Small, yeah.
Chase, come on, buddy.
He won't give you a break.
You pull harder.
We make it up the mountain.
Yeah, it's your fault.
He knows you're talking to him.
Uh-huh.
Let's see what Scott finds. That motherfucker crazy. He almost went off the hill a couple times filming me. Just like, dude. What's that?
Get my meter.
Cool.
You were talking about right when you started talking about
That's the cost of doing business, folks.
your phone actually stopped.
Wow, it did break that lens.
And your voice stopped. So could you repeat for the listeners what exactly you said? So I heard that the sergeant.
I didn't put the lens cap on. The one time I didn't do it, it broke.
I'm sure you could get it repaired. But
Yeah. They have a thing, GoPro. That broke the battery thing off. Interesting.
That stole 20 different laptops, 20 different phones.
My charge was not good enough for it.
That was a hard story to believe. It was supposed to be in Rana 1.
2 hours, 40 minutes completed. You've covered 7.53 miles. Your current speed is 0 miles per hour.
Well, it happened to fall right on that lens.
What's up?
It happened to fall right on that lens still. See, I forgot my protector today because it usually has a protector. And I said, it ain't gonna fall off.
Shame.
Cost of doing business, buddy. Are they drinking? I thought we just ordered them.
Well, we did. Chase didn't want anything to do with it, but Jack does.
You know, Jag, he's always the lone wolf. Yep, definitely check him. Cool. Cool. Okay, Mr. Chase. Chase has been carrying on, dude. Make sure I can get to the steps and everything. So, folks, gonna put the dogs away. I'll show you how I do that. Still a great run. Been nicer if the battery held out. We could have gotten a little more mileage in. We got them a good workout, and that's the way we do it here in Wolf Driver Land. I'm gonna take one picture for them.
Folks, back in the truck now. Let me see timing here. Just so you know, it's not super late. It's sorry, trying to get these messages to clear up. 10:10 p.m. Still January 10th. A lot of times we go 24 hours, or at least into the turn of the next day. What we decided, we kept the scooters charging so we can get to a level spot to load them in the trailer. So the boys are prepping the trailer. We're gonna pull forward and load them up. Okay, I'm just doing this, filming this, so you can get an idea how bumpy this road is. And this is what we were just riding with the scooter. It's a lot worse than the truck. It's brutal. That's why Chris is the way he is.
Yeah, simple.
Okay. So, we just got the boys just got the scooters loaded up, and we're headed up the mountain and then down the mountain to try to find the roadway and then the highway so we can head on back home. It's now 10:41 and everybody's good. We finally got Chase to shut up. It's only from him resting now, but if you put him out there, he's a real working dog. If you put him out there, you either work him or you put him in the truck. It's your option, but he's not going to just sit around and dilly-dally. He wants to go or he wants to relax. That's the way working dogs are. That's why you hear sled dog teams before they go. They're all wound up, whining, barking, yelping. They want to go. They know what it is. Chris is trying to lay the map down. So
An hour and 5 minutes from Harrisonburg.
we're an hour and 5 minutes from Harrisonburg. And then how far from Harrisonburg to home's another 2-3 hours?
Like 3, maybe 3.5.
Really? So we're a long way from home. That's the bottom line. But, as you saw in the video, it's worth it. Time of our lives. There's some shakiness again. Not as bad as it was back there, at least it cleared up a little bit. We are still climbing.
Yeah, we're at 3573.
3573. That's our elevation.
Too bad they can't see the cities.
The city, yeah, I know. It's too, won't show up at the city over there. I don't know what city it is. The town, like I was saying before, is all lit up. You get a cool view off the mountainside here.
36.
Still climbing. How tall we go up? Jeez. You got four-wheel drive engaged? No. definitely sliding.
Yeah, it's ice.
Oh, is it ice?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't even see. This is white ice.
Yeah,
I see.
track,
Yeah. We went through some ice. It was still a good ways.
Almost to 37.
Yeah.
This might be the highest we've been.
I think we were 4,000 last week. Oh.
Holy shit! Fuck! Fuck! Hold on!
Hold on. Jeez.
I
Man.
almost bailed, man.
What's that?
I almost bailed.
Did you?
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, it was just ice, man.
That was wild.
Is the trailer off the side?
Well, luckily it jackknifed that way.
It did? Jackknife the other way. Don't kill yourself getting out. What happened, dude? You couldn't engage the four-wheel?
No, it's in.
It's in?
Yeah.
You want to put the chains on? I think we better after that.
Well, we gotta fucking get out of here. Holy fuck. Great. Oh no.
Chains.
You gotta be able to move the tire a little bit to get the chain on.
Phew.
God damn, I gotta take a minute.
Dude, I'm shaking too.
Holy
What the hell? That was all ice?
Yeah, dude. And once we weren't going forward anymore,
Yeah.
our momentum was taking us back. Luckily, I cut the wheel the right way to get the fucking
Trailer to
the
pull us
trailers
back.
would stop us. Did you get that on video?
Yeah, it's still rolling.
Awesome.
Is that the mountainside? Okay. Whoa. Whoa, shit. Grab that. What is that? Just a manual? Damn, you shaking, dude?
I guess so. I was getting ready to
I'm
jump
getting
out.
out.
You getting out?
Yeah. Were you getting ready to bail?
I was gonna bail, man. If we hit that mountain, I was.
Oh, shit.
Dude, it's all ice, man. You better be careful.
Okay, I'll be careful. Dad's got, oh man, what the? Jeez, everything's. Whoa. What? Yeah. I don't know. What do you think we should do? Scott's actually doing a little surveillance, trying to see what we're dealing with up there. That's where we slid down from, where he's walking now. We estimate we slid about 30 feet. Still a little shaky from it. That just came out on us like it was nothing going on. Just blessed right now that everything held together, and if the chains do their trick, which I'm really impressed with tire chains. I mean, my experience with them, they can go through anything, so we should be able to grip to this ice and get us to a point at least we can back out of here where we're at. You can see Scott, he's sticking to the side because the ice is on the roadway, so he's on the side of it. I'll keep the video camera rolling. I'd like to be outside filming when we pull the trailer out, but the problem is if we slide a little, I don't want to get run over. So I don't know if you just caught that, but this is all ice. Dogs are good. This is all ice. We almost went off the side of the mountain here. Oh, gosh. Now everybody good? All dogs are good. They don't even know anything's going on. We just started riding and it all became ice. Whoa. That's what saved us?
Yeah. Hard jackknife. That's a brake battery.
Holy. Well, the good news is you can see the city down there. Thought you could on the camera, but you can't. So we're a little shaken up here. So what's happening is this is all ice. You can't tell. That's why I was saying it's white ice. That's what saved us, dude. Is it hitting the tire? You can't even walk. It's like hitting the tire there. Wow. You can't even walk here. This is all ice. You couldn't tell. How are we going to get out of this?
It changed, huh?
So I'm going to use the truck here too, so I don't have to put any pressure on the ice, because this is all ice what I'm walking on. Sorry, still a little bit shaken up from this whole incident. And it's like only on the road, because as soon as you hit the stone side, you're fine. It's crazy, folks. It's really crazy. We had no idea we were going to hit this. So now we're going to have to work to get out of here. And I hope my wife doesn't see this video. So we're going to have to put chains on. We've got chains with us. You wanted a job that had adventure, Scott. Oh, okay, Jag, relax. What's that, bud?
At least we would have fell off on a good shot.
Yeah.
Instead of missing the tree
Would have stopped us, yeah.
It might have slowed us down.
Well, you would have gotten total traction as soon as you hit that.
Not when you're going 30 miles an hour battery.
Where did that? We didn't see ice like that the whole trip. I mean, there was sporadic ice here and there, but you all right, Scott?
I literally just saw the chains put this. There it is.
Yeah, let's just take that shit out of it.
Well, there's no point in taking everything out.
Look how flexible he is.
I had to, yeah, every day.
Do you stretch?
We got two of them.
Never stop training.
What's that?
3 chains.
Really? You putting them all on?
We're fucking die.
It's like, remember Big Sean almost went off the cliff?
Yeah, we were close to you. I mean, we're 3,600.
Whoa.
Dude, I think you need to different location.
Nope. In the military, they teach you to use every single piece of testosterone to complete your mission.
If you can get it all out of you.
All that matters is that it gets done.
I think the other one, in that blue bag in the right there.
I'll find.
See it right there? Yeah, well, that's, it was.
Glad it's on video. If they would have found us, they would have known that would happen.
Throw in my bag. On the ground.
What's that?
That's the ones you go through my bag.
Dude. We're pretty close to the edge here. Oh my gosh, this is all ice. Well, this is why we carry equipment with us now. I mean, that was kind of scary. I don't think we would have quite bit the dust, but these trees would have stopped us and we'd have had to be craned out. Whew.
Told you I go through extreme lengths to dog adventure. Whew, that's about the closest we've ever had to really being a bad scene. You need help, Scott?
No.
You just want to bury yourself back there? Go to sleep, call you when it's over, right? I'm gonna attempt to walk on this ice. A little more traction here than I do up there. I can show you Crispy putting the chain on. Phew.
You want something safe?
You wanted something for your video. Dogs are sound asleep. They're like, okay, we had our fun, get us home, get us to our dinner. You alright, bud?
I have the technique.
I might take a picture of this. I don't know if it's gonna quite do it justice.
But I didn't know it was that much.
I thought it was stone and there were just patches of ice. That's why I said white ice.
Yeah, I thought it was patchy. Because we were going up and way too good.
Yeah. Whew. You are seeing the truck touching the trailer. I used to drive a tractor trailer. This is called jackknifing, and you don't want to do it, but in this instance, it might have saved us. Yeah, you don't want to jackknife, but because that's what happens, and then you can dent the vehicles. But who cares? I don't think we quite dented it, but. The tractor trailer drives nice, that's a problem too. I don't even know if he's going to be able to put it on the back tire. This is good. This is MacGyver doing his thing. Scott's taking a breather inside. Scott was getting ready to bail, he said, when we started rolling. This isn't the first time we've had to use these chains. We used them up in Pennsylvania. Remember, we're in Virginia now when we got stuck in the snow there. He killed himself. Yeah. Chains are amazing. This will definitely give us traction, but we want to get off this mountain as soon as we can. It's really deceiving because the stone, the crush and run, whatever they use on these roads is all white, and there's just limited snow here, but we are climbing in altitude and elevation, so I guess we kind of should have figured maybe. I was hitting snow, you saw in the video, with the scooter, but patches weren't as big as this. The road here is literally covered with it. So we're literally going to do the chains onto every tire we can. Give you another view. So walk around the trailer. It's just crazy. Oh, and I am slipping. I'm falling myself. Once you get to the side, you're fine. Those rusters Well, we did dent the trailer a little bit, but that's nothing from what we could have been through. You see, that is the edge there. That is a scary notion. How you feel, Scott?
Feel good.
That was close, wasn't it, buddy? Do you think we were going over?
Oh yeah, for a second I was gonna be under the door.
Where? Can you freaking believe it? You need help, Chris? Always.
Because I was so pretty good going straight.
Whoa. Thank God we got these chains.
That's it, but you know you're alive.
What would without these chains, we'd be so hosed, wouldn't we?
Definitely.
Backing down the mountain for 4 hours.
I don't even think we'd be doing that.
Gotta find, you know, it just started getting icy right around here, didn't it? Well, you're going up in elevation.
I thought about turning around, but I didn't have enough space.
Yeah.
That tire I can't get, but we don't have the chain anyway. So.
No? We got 3 chains? You got 4, but the one broke? Can't you fix it?
Yeah, I just haven't done it. This broke off with the other one.
Yeah. Well, usually they only use 2 anyway, don't they?
Yeah, unless you're in a situation like this. But we couldn't get the chain on that tire right now anyway.
Yeah, I know. We'd have to. Well, you can move once you get 3. You can move it out and do it. Here we go, folks. As I was putting my seatbelt on, Chris said, "Seatbelt ain't gonna help you." Is that light bothering you, Chris? So far, we're doing good. Wow.
About right here.
When it started doing it?
Yeah, and that's when we went back.
The whole thing is not ice, though, is it? It's like,
It is ice.
well,
It doesn't look like it. It's ice. It's enough that this thing, the weight of this thing,
pulled it
slid
back.
Yeah. Good thing
MacGyver got us out.
we got those chains.
Yeah, jeez. Woo.
Man, that was a fucking hairy situation.
It was, we almost bit the bullet,
I
or at least the tree.
can't wait to see that video.
Dude, I had it rolling when we were doing it, you know? Is that light bothering you? I had it rolling when we were slipping back. You turned like 14 shades of pink or purple or something.
After we stopped.
And I'm just like, what the hell's going on?
When we stopped, yeah.
Yeah.
It just fucking started sinking in.
Yeah, what we just went through, you know?
I'm surprised Scott got back in the truck.
He's surprised you got back in the truck, Scott.
Why?
We almost killed you once, so.
I knew Jim would. And Greg probably would.
They said, let us sleep here. Come get me in the morning when the ice melts.
I'm gonna say, if it has an advantage behind that gate, we'll be over.
Well, that looks. You could turn around here. Good luck on that, right? So now we're to a fork in the road. One way's got a gate, and this way looks a little
curious to say the least.
I'm sure that gate.
It's the new antenna. Well, we're gonna keep. Did you turn it off? Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
Gates both ways.
Holy shit.
How can they gate both ways?
So you don't drive off the mountain.
Like we almost did.
Well, it doesn't show it, and then it keeps going. See? See?
Yeah.
I want to put an LED on the back.
So you can see.
Yeah.
Put a light bar.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yep. So we are backing out because of the gate down here, gate down there situation. You can see the whole city. You need him to get out and direct you?
Not yet.
You think this calls for drastic measures and cutting the gate?
I mean, I don't look forward to fucking driving back on that motherfucking ice.
I hope I got enough battery to get this whole thing on tape, because this is getting hairier and hairier by the moment.
No piece of cake to turn this motherfucker around.
I don't even give you any warning that it's closed.
They don't expect any idiots up here. I don't know what the fuck.
What are you gonna do? Check it out?
I don't know.
I'll walk up there with you. Yep, that's a good move, Scott. We're at Stone Gap, 225B. If that means anything to anyone watching this. Like the police when they come and get us. What's that? Oh yeah. So that's the road maybe. What the hell's that? That's just a counterweight? They caught it. Is there a lock even on this thing?
We don't make it a habit out of breaking down the roads, but this is survival here. You think we should just go down the other road?
I don't know. You gotta look at it.
Probably shouldn't be documenting this.
That's locked.
It is locked?
Yeah, they put the caps on the end,
Yeah.
so you can't slide it off. Just get that mallet and now.
Where are you going to see where the road comes out? So there's a road down there. We don't know if people are using that as a bypass to get around this gate or what. But listen, this is survival at this point because we don't want to drive back through that ice. So Chris is going to do some surveillance and see if that road does in fact cut into here. I'm just wondering if that is if that are using that road for that, or if that road just continues on. It's quite cold out here, folks. We're pretty close to the top of the mountain. I gotta believe it's in the 20s now, and I took a lot of my gear off, so I'm a little. If you hear me tweaking, my belly's what do you call that? Shivering. Who knows how far he is up there. I can see the red light from his headlamp. The back lights up too. Find out what he does. So, wow, I didn't even look at the stars. Can't see it on the camera, but it's a moon. It's a starlit sky, and it's clear here. He comes back. It's really clear. And again, as you get towards the top of the mountain too, sometimes you can get above the clouds, but I don't think there's any clouds in the sky right now. It's clear. Oh, we're going to find out what's going on. What'd you find out, brother?
It just keeps going.
Well, do you think that road is just another road?
Well, this is like that T. Remember I said you would hit a T?
Yeah.
This is the T.
Well, maybe that road is the road to get down.
There's his eye beam and put it back.
What's that?
Through this eye beam in the back.
What the hell did they have it on there for, that I-beam?
It used to be in the ground.
Someone caught it?
Something.
See, I'm just wondering if this road continues on. What the hell is that?
Red rock.
Red rock.
If people don't hit it when they're...
Oh. This is the road that was open that we didn't see. I'm not sure if it's marked on the map. Trees are wild. It's quiet as can be. Well, you can really see the stars. Very little light pollution also, because there's no real big cities around here. We're way above the city lights or town lights. Chris is out of sight now. Wow. Sounds like I hear coyote off in the distance. I definitely hear an animal or a pack of them. And it's not the wolf pack. Though I don't know if you can see. I think Chase is looking out the window there. Or maybe that's the fan. Something white. Either his white head or the fan. I can still keep my sense of humor. Well, the good news is everybody's okay, and we're gonna survive this just fine. Just a little bit of ice, like that's a patch of ice, but the chains took us out of the problem area. Hopefully, we don't have to drive back through it and drive through everywhere we just came from that you saw in the video that the dogs took us through. I'm trying to hear what kind of animals I might be able to make out. Eerie. That's the truck. Yeah, definitely something down there. Sounds like it's below us. Remember, as I was telling you, usually you'll find less animals at the top of the mountain because of less water supply, and so not as many animals come up here, so they won't be animals that hunt, and just less activity. It's colder up the top of the mountain too, obviously. Oh, Crispy comes back. I mean, that could be my dogs, but I don't think it is. Remember, Scott's back there in the truck with the dogs. We almost always have someone with the dogs in there. I mean, they're safe. They're essentially crated, not fully crated. I recently added a new, what I call a dog bus. That's the dog truck or the dog limousine we're in tonight, but I have a smaller Chrysler Pacifica now, and I've got some really high-end, intense crates that they ride in. Now, they're a little tight. They wouldn't be as good for long trips, but they'd be okay. But if they were in those tonight, I would have felt a little better over sliding back, but luckily it all worked out. They're separated in the truck because it's definitely an animal down there. If you can hear that. They're definitely separated in the truck though, because sometimes they can get too excited and they can snip at each other or whatever. Chase and Zorro are pretty good, so they ride together. Well, would probably be good too. Jag's the troublemaker. But if you make a sharp turn and one dog goes into another, that can actually think, one of the dogs can think the other one's encroaching on his territory, and they're protective of that a lot of times. But Chase and Zorro have been good, so they ride together. So now, I was getting a little bit concerned about Chris. The heck did he go now? I think I'm gonna get in the truck. It's getting cool out here. Crispy, you good? Well, hopefully he'll come back to the truck soon. I'm gonna walk back to the truck so I can warm up a little bit. Trying to see if I can see his light. I can't even see his light. He went pretty far down there. He's trying to figure out where we're at again, because we don't want to get the trailer all the way down there and then find out we got to back out of that or turn around or hit an ice patch or something. I mean, he can't walk the whole length of the trail, but he can at least get an idea. Yeah, so they want to herd the animal sound because the sound of the engine's louder where they were at. Just see if I can stand past the truck. Now I won't hear it now. So hopefully Chris will show up soon. Hey dude, Chris walked down that road.
Yeah.
Can't wait for him anymore. It's cold out there.
The ice.
Well, the thing is, the gate's locked and there's no way to unlock it. The way they got it wedged in. Someone had done it before, but then we found another road, and he didn't know if that's just a workaround or what. We went pretty far back there. There he comes. I see his light. Oh, that's a good sign.
progress now with the news.
Ramming speed.
What'd you find? What'd you find, dude?
It just keeps going.
The road? All these roads
the
do.
Four-wheeler dudes did it.
Oh, they did? Huh. Hey, put that light on for 1 sec if you don't mind.
Pretty serious.
Just for 1 second, too. Once. Okay, if you can turn it off. CB8. So what are our options?
Looks like on your side.
Me? Scott, help
If I
me.
keep cutting, if I have to drive over off the road on your side.
I think you're clear.
Just gonna jack my feet.
I can see why you went back out.
That's all you got?
What's it gonna hit the tree?
What's it gonna hit the tree?
Yeah, I think he's gonna hit a tree. You
Yeah.
got space to cut right here though.
I'm cutting it as far as I can.
I'd have to walk around on the other side to see, but I wasn't taking any chances. he should be clear over there. You clear on that side?
Yeah, jump in.
Then you already did that.
We're gonna do come back the way we came.
Yeah.
It's the only option.
I mean, what if we go that way?
Same
And we
shit.
hit another gate or where we fucking,
Yeah.
who knows, but might be
It's
closed.
Sasquatch.
Might be closed because it's ice, who knows?
You wanna check the chains?
Four low, it'll help us brake with the transmission. Pretty view.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah. Slowing us down.
Yeah, right there. I think you see that right there, up there.
Yeah.
I think if I would have kept following it.
You would have came out there?
Yeah.
Your lights went out of range. I'm just like, oh, no, he's okay. And I definitely heard some coyote in the distance. Did you hear him?
I heard a dog bark in the distance. I heard an old lady cry.
That's why I was wondering the dogs. The dogs didn't. Yeah. Seemed like it was down the mountain.
Right running down the alley. That's all ice.
At least now, if you're sliding, you can see where the hell you're going. Trying to aim at a tree so you don't
It
know.
was nice not knowing where I was going on that one.
Jesus, take the wheel.
My co-pilot, Jewish carpenter.
That's right.
At least, I mean, a lot of this mountain we were on, it was steep ledges. Like where we loaded was a steep ledge.
Right.
We're lucky where we slid, it was like this, like gradual.
Yeah. Right, that's true.
Because even if it wasn't, and we were off the edge, it wouldn't have mattered what we had on the tires. We wouldn't have got out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right there is where we slid. From there, from that like landing, right about, we almost made it to the landing, and then we fucking
Jackknife.
slid all the way down to there, dude.
Yeah.
And there's only a little tiny dent on
The trailer.
I was gonna say, I think you managed to do that without even hurting the
I know, I looked at it, I was like, not that I cared. I'd rather have my life than the beauty of the trailer.
Oh man.
You tiptoe a truck down a mountain.
You are tonight.
There wasn't really any ice until right now, though, was there?
No, just a little bit of patches we hit.
Yeah, there's just snow right there.
Yeah. I remember you're climbing an altitude, you know, we were.
This is all ice right here.
If we would have had more battery, we still would have been stuck. We'd have to turn around.
That's weird, man. It died right before you hit the ice.
Yeah.
That fucking shit was quick, too. That was like,